Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I'm Nye. Let's see, where were we? It's been a day or two since I've actually been looking at this. Let's see. Ghastly was leading us off, Charmeleon had fainted, Pikachu was just being Pikachu, and we were kind of making our way down this route. Anything interesting over there? I see a Farfetch, but that's about it. Okay, we already caught that Farfetch, so I'm not too worried about it. I see a Kingler, a Farfetch'd, Pidgeotto. Nothing I'm amazingly concerned about inside of that patch right now. I'm playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons with friends, and one of our sessions, you know, we got two different campaigns that we're running. This is a problem, actually. Well, no, fairy type. Okay, I actually might be able to do something to Jigglypuff. So this is the first time we've had Ghastly out. So what does Ghastly have? So Sucker Punch, Toxic, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse. Start with Sucker Punch because it only works on the first turn anyways. Didn't work, evidently. So what does Mimic do? Can you use my... Oh, learned my ability. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go with the Dark Pulse. Okay, so apparently... Okay, well, good, great, super. That was exactly how I wanted that fight to go. But yeah, we had one of our... We have two different sessions going on, run by two different people, but it's like 90% the same play group either way. And it's been entirely enjoyable to play this with these folks. You know, it's one thing that I value above all when it comes to stuff like D&D is I want, you know, I look for role-playing and I look for creativity. Those are the things that I'm interested in. Because, you know, I was playing in my first D&D group that I ever played with. You know, all the D&D groups I've played with have all been online, using programs like Roll20, Discord for Voice, things of that nature. And my first D&D group was with a very large group. Like, we had 10 people in it. It gradually whittled down. And it was actually intended to be a one-shot, you know, a one-time attempt at this nonsense. And it kind of grew, you know, it kind of grew from there. But as we went on, some people dropped off. The party grew more manageable. But I remember that we had a ranger in our group. And this ranger, all they did was shoot arrows. That's all they did. Like, they did not take part in puzzle or problem solving. They did not talk to people, you know, really all that. Yeah, I can see your twinkling eyes, Pikachu. All that this ranger did was just shoot arrows, you know? And that way it's kind of depressing when you have a character like that you're working with, because like you're not contributing to the story there. And not only that, but their combat system was uninteresting because, once again, all they did was shoot arrows. I don't know, I haven't played a ranger yet, so I don't know if it's just that rangers don't have any other abilities that they can provide to the party, but I have a feeling that's not correct. So it was a little bit depressing to have, you know, to have that sort of thing. So I was very, very unhappy with this character. Keep in mind, I'm the type of player who I do like to be in character and interact with things. In the very same campaign, my paladin actually dropped after we'd done the campaign for a couple of months. Actually, it was closer to a year. So very, very long stuff that we had done. We've been through many battles, and my paladin has a very special connection to his armor. It was given to him by his family. So he decided to have his armor repaired. And his longsword repaired as well, because they'd been in a lot of battles, and you know, he felt that they needed to be checked up on. This wasn't something we were asked to do by the DM. I just thought, you know what, that sounds like an idea. You know, we can do a little bit of role-playing, do a little bit of stuff, won't be a big issue. DM told me it would take 24 hours to have this done. I said, cool. And it turns out we had combat within that 24 hours. So I was a paladin with no armor and only wielding a short sword in that combat, which made me have to think outside the box and go, okay, how can I be an effective fighter, not put myself into too much danger, and kind of make this happen, which was kind of awesome. And once again, that player just shot arrows. So, you know, not the most engaging of players. So on the other hand, this group really does kind of engage and do things. And we found ourselves in one of our campaigns inside of a sewer. And we were underneath an enemy fort, and this fort is kind of controlled by this evil mercenary company. And I know they're evil because they they did a extraordinarily racist slaughter of people inside of a town we were sitting in, like killed all the non-humans, all that good stuff in a marketplace. So definitely evil people. So we dealt with them, and then we went to their fort because we were trying to save this child who may have also stolen a powerful artifact from us. So lots of stuff going on. It also just happens that the fort also has a extremely important artifact that the party has been tasked to recover. So there's multiple things going on. And we were underground in this, there's sewer under the fort, and then in the fort, and then like kind of in and around the sewers was this dwarvish ruin that we were kind of also going through, created by the guy who, created the fort and also had the artifact we were hunting down. So we're in this room with a statue of this dwarf, and the statue is surrounded by statues of smaller dwarves. And after dealing with an NPC in this room, the NPC told us don't go outside the ring of statues until we have solved the puzzle. And unfortunately, one of our players, we were told that do not leave the circle, and then we took a 3-month hiatus on the session. And so you'd think, okay, well, anybody can forget something after 3 months. But the problem is that at the very beginning of the new session, the DM made sure to tell us and remind us, do not leave the circle. And apparently, the Paladin's player was not paying attention at the time and left the circle, which started all the statues awoke and started beating the crap out of us. And the statues had, like, additional effect petrify on them, which caused some issues. And the central statue was kind of a pain in the ass. It actually lifted its hammer, and we had, like, I think it was 5 rounds to do something about it. And, of course, we couldn't really do something about it because we were fighting these statues. So then the statue lowered its hammer and smashed the ground and broke all of the ground around us except for the plinths that the statues were on. And this lowered the ground by 900 feet, like broke all of this ground. There was very little place to walk on. Eventually, we beat the statues. Like, we beat some of them, and the rest of the statues inactivated because I guess the trap had sprung. So we're in this under the fort area, and we're trying to figure out what to do because one of our party members had fallen into the 900-foot drop, and we knew he was missing, but we didn't know, like, how to get to him or what to do about it. And then all of a sudden, we hear this extremely, like, southern voice coming to check us out because they heard effectively what was an explosion as the hammer had dropped, and they wanted to see what was going on. And we heard these loud thuds as this person with their group kind of approached us. So we knew that it would be very not good of us to stay in that room, so we kind of hid. The paladin peeked around a corner to try to see if they could see this person, and it turns out this person is a 9-foot-tall crocodile man who was described to us as essentially being King K. Rool from the Donkey Kong franchise. Huge dude. 3 breastplates wrapped around his chest in order to protect him as opposed to the normal one. And under his arm, he carried this extremely large cannon as a weapon. So we knew to be afraid of this guy. Well, they investigated the room and didn't see us. They kind of turned to leave. While they were doing all of that, I'm playing as a rogue, arcane trickster class. So I'm a rogue that specializes in illusion magic. So I wonder if Shadow Ball shouldn't affect Chansey, right? It's a ghost type. Yeah, ghost type moves don't work on normal types. Ignore that. So normal type moves don't work on ghost types. So he can't touch me. I can't really do much, but the poison will eventually take care of this Chansey. So I specialize in illusion type, so I've been kind of exploring and investigating these tunnels around this room that we fought in. And I found that there's basically nowhere to go except for this elevator that, lo and behold, the alligator had just gone up. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, but I've decided that the best course of action for us is to disable that elevator so they can't come back down. So I crook my finger at a, I don't even have hypnosis. Why do I want Dream Eater? No, we're skipping that. We don't have hypnosis. There's no point. Keep old moves. You know, we didn't have much in the way to shut down the elevator, but I do just so happen to have a centaur on my team who is what is known as a siege archer. And the siege archer, he has this gigantic crossbow. He has to set it up for a turn, and then he shoots this thing. He shoots this gigantic bolt. It's basically like a crossbow you'd see like on a ship or something. Like if you guys watch the Final Fantasy X Let's Play, it's the same thing as our harpoon cannons they shot into Sin on the trip from Besaid to Kilika. We got a Haunter. Nice. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise. Haunter kills people. And then Charmeleon's evolving. Awesome. Okay, so for the time being, Haunter's going to leave my party. Then we'll move on to whatever the next Pokemon happens to be. And there is my Charizard. Awesome. So I have the archer shoot at the gears of the elevator in the hopes of breaking it, in hopes of actually causing the elevator's little cable car to fall and smash against the ground. As I approach Wing Attack, huh? Interesting. Wing Attack as opposed to Smoke Screen, I think. Actually, let's do Wing Attack as opposed to Ember. Yeah, I think that's fine. As we approach the elevator, we apparently set off an alarm, which let King K. Rool know we were down there. He called down to us to see who we were, but at the same time, he fired off his weapon, which effectively was probably the... oh, hello. Apparently, I am now going to be on a Charizard. Okay. I'll chop down this tree. So King K. Rool fired his weapon, and apparently that was supposed to be like a warning shot. But everybody in the party took that as a aggressive action, which, you know, naturally we weren't cool with. So we were preparing to beat the ever-loving snot out of this guy. So we still shoot the elevator. The elevator breaks and starts crashing down. So we're like, okay, you know, that's what we wanted. We wanted the elevator to start crashing down. But it turns out this guy had a feather fall ability, so he doesn't take fall damage. Oh, great. That's exactly what I want to hear. So we're still trying to figure out what to do about him, and then all of a sudden he hits rock bottom and then shoots his gun at us. So it, you know, we skedaddled. And all of a sudden I tell my team, wait a second, I have a plan. Back to the room with the pits. Those of you who know Arcane Tricksters and know what I'm talking about probably know what the plan was. So we take off sprinting down a hallway, and the Paladin, not knowing quite what's about to happen, decides to issue a Champion's Challenge. A Champion's Challenge is kind of a neat thing. I didn't even know about this. It's the first time I'd ever heard about this. A Champion's Challenge forces an opponent to stay within... That's not good. And there's Rock Slide. That's really not good. Bye, Charizard. Okay, we are actually in a... Oh, hey. Charizard toughed it out. So, Champion's Challenge forces an opponent to stay within 30 feet of you. And this actually ended up working out in my favor. But this alligator, as we got our first real sighting of him, is huge size. Like, he's gigantic. And he starts, like, rapidly running down the hallway at us. Oh, this is really bad. Dude is huge, he is large, he is in charge, and he is ready to ruin our faces. So he chases us down, we round a corner, and my original hope was that, oh God, I don't have anything to do, I don't have anything I can do against this Graveler. This is bad. I'm going to use a Super Potion on Charizard, because he's... Charizard is actually the only Pokemon that can really do anything against the Graveler, but the problem is... Ah, crap. Charizard also happens to be a problem because it is weak to stuff that Graveler does. So, basically, Pikachu has to floaty fall consistently, and we can hope we get flinches. And if Pikachu goes down, Charizard will be coming back out, and we're going to use Dragon Rage and really hope. This is a bad fight, and it's telling me that I need to not be trying to evolve four Pokemon simultaneously. So I didn't get a chance to move before King K. Rool moved. So King K. Rool charges us and tries to do a bite attack on our Paladin and fails. But my assumption, because I don't let this affect my characters, but I do try to see what the DM's doing to us. So I had a feeling that if King K. Rool landed his bite attack, it would also be a grapple. Turns out I was right. So King K. Rool chases around the corner, and just as he comes around the corner, when it's my turn, I cast an illusion in front of him, effectively making the ground that is a pit look like it's not a pit. Now, it just so happens that my Paladin is being carried by... That's really bad. My Paladin is being carried by a... what is effectively a Death Knight. I forget his actual class. And the Death Knight's floating. About 3 inches above the ground. So the Death Knight's able to look like he went across the ground normally when he's actually going across a pit. Wow, Stealth Rock did a lot of damage. That's really bad. Look, you know, effectively he actually went across a pit, but he made it look like he didn't. At this point, the DM realized what I was doing and what I was going to force him to do. And he actually went quiet for about 5 minutes. And when we asked him what was going on, he said, well, I'm trying to figure out a way to not allow this to happen without screwing you guys. And I said, sure. You know, take your time. I'll be here, you know, when you make your decision. So after... crap. And Magneton's going to use Thunderbolt. Did I mention this is really bad? This is really bad. Unfortunately, this guy happens to have a bunch of Pokemon that are my exact weaknesses. So we are now finding, you know, some bad stuff that's going to happen. Now, what I'm not going to do, I am not going to... I'm not going to allow this guy to win. I will win this fight. But, man, he's actually 3 levels ahead of me. I can use Thunderbolt again. This will probably take out Machop. Yeah. Okay, so Charizard's going to come back in. Now, Charizard will be hurt by the Stealth Rocks, which is why Stealth Rocks is kind of an annoying move. And that immediately took him out. Wow. Did I mention we're in trouble? We're in a lot of trouble. This, I might actually lose to this guy. Okay. So basically, I can't rely on Charizard to do anything. Charizard's just getting taken out by the rocks. So Charizard can't actually do anything here. This Magneton's just going to continue using Thunderbolt and take out everything I have. So I don't have a lot of choices here. And unfortunately, I've... The long story short of it here is that I have too many Pokemon that are too low of level. Which is my fault. So we're just gonna heal up Pikachu here. I should be able to take out the Magneton, but I'm really worried about what his last Pokemon is going to be. There's Wartortle. So after a few minutes, the DM goes, you know what? I can't take this away from you. So Crocodile Guy runs forward full tilt and falls down the pit. But the DM says, wait, I'm going to try one last thing. And so his Crocodile tries a final attempt to grab onto the walls of the pit and prevent himself from falling. And it doesn't end up working very well, and he ends up falling to his death. And the DM's like, well, I guess that's the end of the session. I had intended for you guys to get captured by him, but because there was no way you were supposed to win this encounter. He was eventually going to knock you all out, but I don't know what to do now. It's at the end of the session. I am in mourning. This is my favorite character. And I'm like, oh, man, that's not how I wanted this to go down. But yeah, so it was very, very fun, and that's actually the reason. So I cast, for those of you who are curious, I cast Silent Image was the spell. And I had actually taken Silent Image at level 1 for this express purpose. Not necessarily to cause a giant enemy to fall down a pit, but to use an illusion to take out my enemies, because my Thief is not particularly strong. For those who know D&D, my Thief has a strength score of 8. My dexterity score is like 16, so it's fine. But my strength score is 8, so I'm a very, very weak Thief. And my entire point is to do everything by trickery, stealth, forgery, impersonation. So this was, it was really an awesome thing for me to be able to do, thank you, Pikachu, to be able to do stuff like that. Okay, there is a chance that I'm actually going to survive this fight. Now, unfortunately, Charizard's just not going to be available to me just because of this whole Stealth Rock nonsense. I'm very unhappy about the Stealth Rock. Very, very unhappy. Pikachu is taking just a world of pain. And actually, the only reason that this tactic I'm using is working is because Zippy Zap's guaranteed to crit. That's actually why I'm using it, is to force the crits. See if I can get a little bit of damage in. Okay, what's the last one? Okay, I might actually be able to do this, because Haunter should be something I can beat. Oh my god, it's level 40. Okay, so first things first, we are going to go heal. Oh my god, it's burning me. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We got this. So we're going to go heal, and I'm going to change, I'm going to bring back one of my other Pokemon, and I'm going to make sure, I'm going to do what I originally said what I was going to do, is I was going to have, 3 power Pokemon, and then 3 Pokemon I'm leveling up. And I'm going to have to maintain that strategy. I was really hoping I could kind of... You okay, Pikachu? Yeah, I can imagine you're tired. What I was trying to do is I was trying to, I guess, cheese a little bit and level stuff up a little bit faster by doing like 3 Pokemon, or 2 leveled up Pokemon instead of 3. But we just don't have the power behind us. So I need to make sure I actually have Pokemon with my party that can actually handle this. So what are we going to do? So who am I going to bring in? I could bring in Venusaur. I'm honestly thinking, like, it's either Venusaur or it's Haunter. But I'm thinking I need to bring in Venus. Well, they're about the same level. I guess we'll bring in Haunter. Haunter's opposed to Machop. Now, the problem is Haunter's still a low level. Like, that is the... that's kind of a problem for me, is that Haunter's still a low level. So we're not... Awesome. Now we move faster. Apparently, you can't always ride Charizard. I guess it's just based on the width of the route that you're on. So I guess Haunter will stay with me, and we'll hope. On the one hand, I kind of like the fact that I can ride Charizard, but I also don't like the fact that, like, it's just like, well, now you don't. Because the width is too... Like, I'd rather have a bike. Because the bike you can ride no matter what. So, yeah, I mean, I could choose to use Venusaur. which would give me a completely different type matchup advantage. Well, let's see. So what's Venusaur good against? Venusaur's good against... somewhat good against plant, good against water. But I already have Charizard who can handle plants, and I already have Pikachu who can handle water. So I don't think that's particularly necessary. Yeah, I think Haunter being my go-to here is going to be fine. What I'm probably going to have to do, and what I'm probably going to do, is I'm going to go ahead and do some catching between this episode and the next episode. See if I can get a couple of levels for some of these Pokemon to catch them back up. Because I really should not have been doing what I ended up doing. Namely, like, not keeping some of these Pokemon in my party. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I did swing to the left, thank you. There we go. So yeah, I'll do a little bit of catching, get some more Pokemon. That way I can also go get some more candies. And that'll also level some of my Pokemon up a little bit. So I think I'll do that between episodes. So I'll, you know, basically I'm going to do the catching with some of the, like, lower level Pokemon. So I'm not going to level up, like, Pikachu with it. I'm not going to level up, you know, Charizard with it. I'll leave them as it is. But we'll see about getting Haunter, Venusaur, okay, you're being annoying. Can you stop that? See about getting them caught up. God, this thing is annoying. Like, the fact that it is attacking so often and then jumping so often. I feel like I can't get anything done. There we go. I really didn't want to catch this Kingler, to be honest with you. I'm fine with it because it gives me experience, but... okay, we got a big Kingler. That's cool. Let's continue on, though. So we got a bird person here. I really should lead off with Pikachu. Hi, Robert. First look at Doduo. I know it doesn't, but Doduo still looks to me now like Doduo looked to me back in, you know, Pokemon Stadium. Can we stop it with the one-hit KOs? Like, can we just stop that? What level is this Doduo? 39. That's why. 6 levels ahead of my Haunter. That explains a lot. Okay, Pikachu, can you're just gonna sweep for me. That's all you're gonna do. I'm actually tempted to revive Haunter so Haunter gets this experience. I should probably do that. Because it looks like I am no longer caught up on experience anymore. Like, there was a long time where I was caught up entirely on experience. I was ahead. But apparently somewhere in the recent past, my enemy, like my opponents just like leveled up faster than I did or something. Or maybe I'm moving too fast. I'm not catching Pokemon as often as the game expects me to. That's probably what it is. The game probably expects me to be catching a lot more Pokemon than I am. Well, we'll knock out a couple more of the trainers on this route before finishing today. So it's actually, today was a family dinner day, so I was actually with my family had dinner together. And there was drinking to be had. My family got rum, and we were kind of all, drinking rum and Diet Coke. And I had a fair amount of it. And I can feel the fuzziness in my head. Like, I didn't, I took, I slept throughout the day today. Today was my sleep-in day. So I've only been awake a couple of hours altogether, and I feel tired. Like I can feel a heaviness in my eyes that you know, I would not normally expect at this time of night. And it's kind of funny because I actually drank an awful lot. Like, I drank so much that I kind of felt a little bit sick drinking. And what's funny about that is that it barely got me tipsy. It's why I don't drink, is because it takes too much to get me anywhere. And, like, alcohol is expensive, man. I'm not interested enough. And Pikachu hits level 40. We're getting there, man. I wonder if they adjusted the leveling in this game, like what level you're supposed to hit things in this game, because I don't remember being level 40 by this point in Red and Blue. Maybe I'm just wrong, you know. But I don't remember being level 40 by this point. It feel like, I guess we're gonna be hitting level 80 by the time we hit you know, by the time we hit the Elite Four. Controller, resync, please. Once again, so very glad this is not like, you know, Super Mario Odyssey or something like that, where responses and reflexes are important with my controller disconnecting as it is. Okay, Pikachu's handling stuff for me. I think we're going to go ahead and do one more, and this Picnicker will be it. Your cute bug Pokemon want to make, or your cute Pokemon want to make my acquaintance. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I've met a lot of cute Pokemon, and I'm not sure if your Eradicate qualifies. And believe me, I like rodents. I do. I love rats. I love hamsters. I love mice. Capybaras are awesome. You know, there's a lot of awesome rodents, but there's something about Eradicate that I just don't like. I don't like the Alolan form either. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Mankey hits level 21. Want to learn Low Kick? Sure. I think we can drop Leer on Mankey. I probably should be using these status-affecting moves. I just don't. Oh no, you're going to send out a Golduck. Whatever will I do? Golduck is such a weird evolution to Psyduck. I don't know why. Like, many Pokemon do feel as if they logically go from one Pokemon to another, like it does make sense. Golduck does not feel like it logically comes off of Psyduck. Apparently I won. Okay, guys, that's going to be about it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. Got a Golden Pinap Berry. We got plenty more Pokemon to defeat, or to catch. Plenty more trainers to defeat on this route as we continue towards Fuchsia City. It's going to be fun. That'll be next time. I'll see you soon.